That sorry, I didn't record this. So that was the problem, right? Then, so I joined a small organization. From that big organization, I switched over to a small organization thinking that I'll be in the senior management. Here, I was sent to a HR training where I came across two senior people of a big organization. So I was a participant from a very small organization, and the senior people were from a big organization. So as a result, what happened when we were asked to present the HR policy of our organizations? I didn't have any HR policy because I came from a small organizations, right? So everybody else presented their HR policy. What I did was I created HR policy and presented the next day. So that impressed a lot of people. So I when I applied in that organization, my case was recommended and I got into that big organization. I worked in basics, which that time had 8,000 employees, almost 8,000 employees. If I would have applied there all by myself, I wouldn't have been chosen because my qualifications were not any MBA, not any PhD. So that is why I wouldn't have been chosen. But I got chosen because of that particular incident where I had proven myself. And I tested myself as the first time I knew that I had that resourcefulness. This is what I would be talking. Each of us, apart from the job that we work on, we also have some kind of qualities, aptitude, resourcefulness where we can excel, but we never explore about that. We don't even think about that, right? So this was my first experience about being resourcefulness. Then when I joined this big organization, I came across many successful leaders. I was not very sure whether I can do anything out here. So those were the early days because I was not very senior, so I didn't have the confidence also. Teams were big. I was hired on recommendation. So I was creating surprises as to how I was hired. And I had some social research background, so I knew that one needs to go to the field to know about people. But my boss didn't agree. And it was a big organization, so I didn't have any way to convince my boss that it is necessary to go to the field. Then what happened? Uh, So when you are a fresher, what happens is your opinion is not counted. And if your gut feeling is there, something is good, something is bad, then it is not allowed also. You also start thinking that whatever you are thinking is not correct. Then there is skill gap might be wherever you are working. Maybe you are knowing about 50% of it, 50% of it you don't know. So because you don't know, you become defensive about whatever somebody says. You have to agree, and you have to. Actually, if you put your strength into the forefront, then you can gain that confidence. But most of us, we don't talk about or we don't think about our strengths. We only think about our weaknesses. So, uh, so these were the thought process that were going on when I joined this big company. So what happened was the chairman of this company, who is a globally known finance person, was part of the finance commission also at some time, was telling everybody to go to field. So that was a winning point for me because I was not able to convince my boss that I should go to the field. She was not agreeing. Now the chairman of the company wants everybody to go to home. So I thought, I started thinking. Immediately I couldn't tell him anything because it was a workshop, but I knew that whatever I was thinking was good and correct, right? And he was asking a team lead that even if you are you know so many things, if you are good at so many things, there might be people in your second ladder or third ladder who are to be leaders in future. Those people might not be knowing so many things, but there might be some good strength in them which will make them good leaders. So try finding out those strengths in those people so that you can have a strong second rank and third rank as well, which is very essential for strong companies. So that was the second clue came to me when I told myself, despite not having perfection in everything, I can still be a leader. So mind you, I didn't have that qualification, any qualification for being into that big company. I didn't have much experience as well. But here, the chairman of the company is saying something which actually struck with me. So you also take these 2 points. Do you have those kind of qualities? You must have. I know, I am convinced that you must have qualities which are yet to be recognized, right? And because we focus on correcting our weaknesses, each of us has some weaknesses, right? Can we not focus on our strength? This lifetime is not big enough to focus on weaknesses. If we focus on our strength and we can just accept and acknowledge our weaknesses, then we can accept other people who will compensate for our weaknesses so that we can work on our strengths, because we are here because of those strengths. We are the way we are made with this package, with some strengths, some weaknesses. So why to fight with our weaknesses? Why not to pitch where we are strong at? And why not allow other people to come in to our life to compensate for our weaknesses? So what is the problem? You are working in a place of your liking. Yes. So that is what I was. I was into a company where I wanted to work because it was a very big company. It was a company where all my ideas were suited. And because I was there, I needed to fit in. I needed to find out, explore where I would fit in. And believe me, any experience helps. Whether it is people experience you have, subject experience you have, skill you have, any internship that you had done, any hobby that you have, any outlook, any good outlook you have, any dream you have, everything counts. Everything will help you grow in your success roadmap. Only if you start looking at those. Add rather than delete. Whatever you have, whatever comes to your mind that you have done this thing, this great thing in your childhood, add that, because you have forgotten many things. If you start thinking, then those things, and in our course also we'll discuss how to remember all those things and put together, chart together, and make your biodata. We call that as mindset document, and that will give you something which you have never seen, which you never have thought of, right? Any failure that you had, that failure also is of use because you have learned something from it. Any adversity that happened in your life, you know how to overcome because you had overcome it, and nobody else has any knowledge about it. You only know how you had overcome it. That is a knowledge. And whatever experience you had, that will add into your experience in future. Let me share the screen and let us see some of the industry data that that I have gathered. Right? So, factors contributing to dissatisfaction and stagnancy. Let us see what are those. So, if you look at this graph, factors that causes dissatisfaction are company policies, supervision, relationship with boss, work condition, salary, relationship with peers. You are not good with your peers, means your juniors, your seniors, your colleagues. So that is why many people are dissatisfied and they quit the company. If you look at this graph, it takes the same set of factors which cause dissatisfaction in people are good for some other set of people. So if it is completely wasted, right? If company policy is not good for any person, it would be not good for anybody else also. But if you see the graph closely, here it shows that 26% people think that the company policy is good, while 74% says it is bad. So what is happening to these 26% people? How they can find this company policy to be good? Here, supervision, 23% people say it is bad, 77% say it is good. Then relationship with boss. Of course, 63% say it is bad, but even then 38% say it is good. So what is happening to this set of people? If the boss is bad for somebody, why he is good for somebody else? If the company policy was so bad, why it is found to be good for somebody else? Supervision. If people are finding it bad, then why so many other people are finding it good? So this is nothing to do with the company policy, the relationships, the work conditions, the salary, or the relationship with your colleagues. It has to do with you, right? Don't you think that? And what happens when you don't find things to be good? Some people immediately leave, but of course, some people wait. People up to 3 to 5 years they wait before they leave the company. So what they will do within that 3 to 5 years? If till they are there in the company, they will be dissatisfied, right? Ultimately, they will leave, but they will be dissatisfied till they are there. So that portion, that point of time, 3 to 5 years time is a huge time, right? And that time is wasted because you were not happy. Are you in that position? If you are in that position, you are wasting your time. You can actually translate that into positive thing. Constructivity, positivity, productivity, right? Not all the issues are workplace related but affecting work performance. I'll show you something else. When I started asking people what is causing them distress, then people started saying so many things, and I have I actually made that into a problem tree, and here I have listed all the problems. So we have found that the relationship with colleagues, not able to meet deadlines, promotion, salary, and inability to plan, personal growth. These are the workplace issues, workplace related issues. If you read those things in pink, those are not workplace related issue, which also makes people unproductive. Relationship with spouse, whatever happens with your husband and wife, that is also affecting your work performance. Lack of consistency, you are not able to do things in a particular time, that also is affecting your work performance. So other factors are there, so many. Out of say 30 odd points that I have listed out here, only 5 are workplace related issues, others are not. So what is the issue then, right? Only you have to figure that out. That is what I have found out. So my mission is to impact 1 billion lives with 1 lakh super performing global players in 139 countries. That is my mission with $1 billion enterprise, right? Why have I have come with that mission? Because I knew now that those are mindset issues, and people are brilliant. I have seen people to be brilliant. They are having super performing potential, but they are not doing it. So I thought this will be just a cakewalk for me if I can convince somebody that you are phenomenally phenomenal, very potential. And my system I have then created is Resourceful Influencers Club. In the next 1 hour, I'll be proving it to you. So here is the blueprint. It is leadership growth with 4 points, which is difference, resilience, influence, and prominence, which I call as resourceful influencer bundle. And let us see. And this is the flagship program that I have with these 4 points in in particular. But there are other points also which we'll talk, which are not mentioned anywhere. It is inside your mind, right? So let us see. When you are about to quit, remember why you have started. So in the company, if I had, I came to that big company, right? If, let me make it full screen. So if I would have thought that I can't be here because I am not able to do much because I am so small, I am not influential, I am not a senior person, I am not qualified, then what would have happened? Let me show you the journey of my resourceful influencing thing. See, I came to this company with something resourceful. I created that HR map, right? I am not from an HR background, but I still created because I love people, I love my teammates, I love my friends, and I knew they are hugely potential and they can do phenomenally good if they are helped out. So I could help out so many people just by talking to 5 minutes, 10 minutes because they were very close to me. I knew them. So, if I can create a course so that I can make them highly supportive, I can help my boss to be very empowering, I can help him do his thing, and I can add value to my company, then my career growth, my promotions, my salary hike will be obvious. Anybody that will come my way, right? Because I'm building people, I'm building the company, I'm making the company strong. So what I did, what came to me next, because of my background, somebody trust in the big company that I can handle this. So it was the first project which I handled. 44 lakh women to be enumerated in 2 months time. So how would you do if you have to reach out to 44 lakh women? So I actually gathered about 12,000 volunteers, trained them, and with 2 months means 60 days only, right? So every day 2,500 volunteers were covered. They covered actually 75,000 women and 250 camps per day. This was what I did, right? So it was the help of with this 12,000 volunteers. It was not only me. So see what a big project was achieved. Bhamasa projects, everybody knows. This things you can find out in internet itself. Behind this enumerating this 44 lakh women were we. I was there. The second thing, immediately after Rajasthan was in Meghalaya, where there was a CSC project in which we had to train 1500 kiosk owners in 7 districts in 239 kiosks. And what I did extra was here. I am not from a technical background, but here I designed business plan for these 1500 people with these services, PAN card, passport, Aadhaar card print and all that you are seeing on the screen. And the main thing for this was connectivity because all the kiosks in these 7 districts were connected to the server at Shillong, the capital of Meghalaya. So without connectivity, these services couldn't be given. So what I told was with discussion with the telephone department, the National Informatics Centers and the Rural Development Department, that data card and VSAT will be the ultimate solution. So this was something everybody knew. Data card is there, VSAT is there. But nobody was able to bring in that idea into this because VSAT is very expensive that time. So I influenced my company to invest in 5 VSATs so that we can see how it is working. Why it is required? Why broadband was not working in Meghalaya? Because it has very irregular terrain. Meghalaya is a very irregular terrain, and it the signals were not properly caught when if you put broadband out there. So this was the differentiating thing that I did. Then the third project was at Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve. Around that, there were 8 villages, and the people were not able to get their food. They were dependent on the forest, and because it was a tiger reserve and there was no fence, people were getting killed by the tiger. So when I went there, my task was to give them an alternative livelihood, wherein they can have their food, right? So I lived there in the forest for 4 years. So that was something I liked. I like forest. I like nature. That is why I went and lived there. So who would have lived there? Because it was a very remote place even today. So that is something I liked. You might be liking something else. So see, at the result of that 4 years, what has happened? That area, I actually mobilized these 500 ladies, and in the left side you are seeing people in two clusters, ladies in two clusters, Manpur and Tara clusters. These were the leaders of those clusters, and they generated about 36 lakhs of corpus into their federation. It was a community based organization. And then when MG Narega didn't work, then these people took to mustard cultivation, which was the production was record breaking. Madhya Pradesh, they broke the record of Madhya Pradesh production. Madhya Pradesh record that time was 6 to 7 quintal per hectare, and these people produced like say 12 quintal was the minimum production per acre, and 24 quintals per acre was the maximum. And it was estimated by the vice chancellor of Jawaharlal Agriculture University himself. So it was not a fluke, right? And they did it for 3 years, and because of that they were felicitated by the chief minister of Gujarat. Mr. Narendra Modi was the chief minister of Gujarat then, and these ladies actually won 17 awards amongst themselves in 4 years of time. So they, one of them won the ideal lady, ideal woman, because of her idea about micro capital, and this was me leading all the thing, right? So I loved, I enjoyed, and that area is a prospering area even now. After 2011, if you see that area, it is a prospering area, right? Then I tracked Andhra Pradesh microfinance debacle when my company was going. It was a 8,000 employees company, and 10,000 crore rupees of net worth. If you see what happened because of that debacle, no longer microfinance will be there in Andhra Pradesh. That was the ordinance that came, and here is my company's graph. It went down, and I did this analysis before this debacle. 3 months before, I did a research wherein I analyzed all the indicators which were in red. So it was giving a warning signal, but nobody cared for my opinion because, as you know, because I was in assistant manager's position, so the vice president and above, they ignored that. What happened? The company collapsed in 2010. I was still in supervision of Meghalaya, Tripura, Sikkim, and 6 states, but I had to leave that company. I was not allowed to leave that company, but I had to leave, right? So this was the difficult point when decisions have to be taken. So I thought whether I should stick to my responsibility or because then I was not given two promotions that were due because I had done two major projects, right? But still, this happened, and then in the sister company that I jumped in, I became the head of HR in that because my love of people, team building, and performance tracking. I was promoted as the head of HR, wherein I won many awards also. I also helped my company to win some awards. I was sponsored to go to Canada for a study trip. I was recognized in as one of the change makers in in one of the magazine Mint Munch that time. And I have promoted say 200 plus, but these 11 farmer producer organizations in Sikkim in 3 months, actually I promoted myself directly. If somebody knows about the farmer producer organizations, these are say 1,000 farmers per farming organization. They are aggregated and their input requirement is aggregated, their training requirement is taken care of, their product whatever they produce that is aggregated and sold, so that negotiate on price, and they can also get some idea, they will catch hold of the value chain. Value chain means suppose it is dal, then dal they can do the sorting, the grading and the processing. So from the beans of dal it becomes dal. So before it becomes dal for us, it is beans for the farmer. So that is called the value chain, somewhere it is done. So even if they do that, and even if they sell at 60 rupees, it will come to us at 100 rupees. So 40 rupees is the margin. Suppose we get to those farmers, then we can get that dal at 60 rupees, right? And it is a 30 rupees margin for those farmers as well. 30 rupees is their establishment cost and labor cost. Rest 30 is their profit. So this is the business plan that I was working out. Then I had revived a dead watershed project in Karra, Khunti, Jharkhand, where I also, watershed is something of some technicality. Here there is a check dam. Small streams are going down and you have to catch hold of that water, keep it and then use it for irrigation, and also work for the sustainability of the area, of giving the farmers some technical. Here organic farming is happening, here some uh, mobilization of SSG is happening. Here the Noxalite area, Khunti you know is a Noxalite area. So here I was dealing with some Noxalites, because you don't know who is a Noxalite, right? So in my meetings there were Noxalites as well. So I was knowingly, intentionally I was telling them that being a Noxalite and being a terrorist doesn't help unless you know what to defend. If your land is at stake and you are not doing anything for it, your land will be taken away. So don't allow your land to be taken away. So that is what I was saying openly to the Naxalites. So I was a leader of Naxalites also without knowing, you know. Then what happened at that time? I somehow I realized that sometimes I am doing this Bandhavgarh project, sometimes I am doing this CSC project, sometimes I am going to the Naxalite area, sometimes I am doing watershed project. So how many projects I can do in my lifetime? I should do something, I should concentrate in something wherein I can do some meaningful work, right? If you do this, that, thousand thing, hazar thing, you are not going to do anything meaningful. Do you agree with that? So that is when I I left that company and joined an apex body where I am still working with 225 community development organization are there as member of this organization where I work. This is an association and I am working here for 5 times now, not an as employee. I am a consultant here. So I started my journey as an entrepreneur, right? And here I am working for solar efficient, disaster resilient, sustainable, affordable housing for economically weaker section of the people. Here if you see, I have participated here. I am in a webinar where the finance secretary was here. What I was telling him, I was telling him that it has, say in 2019 there was a big cyclone called Fani, in Orissa, right? Till that time, the houses were broken. Till that time, till today, even after 2 years of time, the houses are not built. Anybody and everybody needs a house, right? Before anything else, otherwise they will be beggar. They will be living in the streets, right? So how can, if think about yourself, can you be without a house? So house is a minimum requirement for anybody to start earning and start being something, right? So that is where I am working now. And Mr. Vijay Mahajan has this eloquent words to tell me. Sometimes last year, he told me, "You are an amazing person. Your ability to create relevant innovations needed at the base of the pyramid, which I call as innovations for the millions, is wonderful. And what distinguishes you is that you find resources and platforms to try out the ideas." See, all this is coming to me as a resourceful person. Don't you see that? Because I utilized my resourcefulness to help people out. That is why this came to me. And the day I received this, it was like a Nobel Prize for me. Don't you think you will also deserve such kind of praise for somebody if you allow yourself to work on your strengths, right? So right now I'm thinking of going global, not only India. I am now thinking of going global because instead of programs, I now work with people. People who have some kind of vision. They have some kind of goal like me, impacting lives of people in some way, in whatever way they have come to this world, right? God has sent them to this world to do something special. If the day that they find out, discover this about them, then they become bigger than any program, anything else in the world. So I am going to work with them. And if you have heard about Confucius, what he says, if your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, educate children. What does he mean by educating children? He wants people to know and to be visionary. That is what he is thinking. So for me, educating children or orienting people who have some experience or proven some way themselves in life, I am educating them. So that is what I am following the path of Confucius, right? And in my online journey, I have started with trainers who is a Siddharth Rasikar who is just interviewing me for being a freedom finisher. And so I have some recognition here as well. And Vivek Mehrotra is my immediate mentor, who is the law of attraction expert. And he says that uh, he says that you will be soon be doing very good because obviously anybody and everybody can see what I am trying to do is bigger than myself, bigger than anybody else, right? Then this is a Freedom Finisher Award, the certificate I got. So these are my mentors. She is a transformational coach. This is a Robert Kiyosaki's coach, who is my mentor. Now these are the set of people who are mentoring me right now to do better. Whatever I'm doing in my mission and vision, to sharpen my vision and my mission, which are all the values will go to you if you start doing something for yourself, right? And this is something, let me bring it here. So this is something a recent client of mine has told, extremely talented and mature. This is a testimonial. And just before coming to this webinar, I was speaking to her also. She has renewed her agreement with me, contract with me. So I am working with her. And she is an extremely talented girl. but she is confused. She is confused with so many things in life that she cannot do good to her own potential. So that is where I am helping her. And this is another intern. She is from a business background. I taught her marketing plan. So this is a testimonial she has given, which I learned from Mrs. Sangeeta Naik. I would like to give my heartfelt gratitude to you. So I love people, you know. I love discovering their potential. I love the way they work. And if you give a little love to people, they actually do wonders. That is what I have discovered, right? And this is one of the person with 18. I'm sorry, it is not clear, but I have written what he has written in the right. He has 18 years of experience, but last 2.5 years, he didn't have a job. So after coming to me, we were introduced in LinkedIn, and after coming to me, I have given him some exercises. Now he has been interviewed for a vice president credit somewhere, right? And he has joined an organization actually, and he is now working to forge partnership for me, taking me also together. So that is what, no? After you come to my community, you are not alone. I'll be doing something or other with you also, forming a partnership, a business partnership with you also. So that possibility we can explore once you are in. It is not just a course or just not a learning and you coming in, going away, going your path, your way. It is not like that. We'll be here together doing something because my vision is what? My vision is to impact 1 billion people along with you, not alone. So that is why I'll need you, I'll train you, and definitely I'm 100% sure, confident that you can do your best also. And so many people, you also will be thinking that can I fit to whatever mold you have, whatever plan you have? Yes, you can fit because success is just not one type. It can be of this type, it can be of this type, it can be of this type. So whatever way you are made, you can be part of my community. So here is the curriculum that I come with. It is my flagship course is leadership growth blueprint, and along with that 5 bonuses are there. You know why bonuses? Because you might be thinking whether you will be good or not. Let me describe something. So the 4 uh, pillars is your purpose, your credibility, your impression that you make. Purpose is how you think about yourself. Credibility is how people think about yourself. Impression is what contribution you will make to the world. And dignity is how you will be remembered. And dignity, na, like say, unless you have dignity, it is useless to have anything else, right? I cannot go beyond this, but we will, of course, discuss about it in the course itself. So, the flagship program is about irrepressibility, sought after, stand out as a person of solutions, the ultimate leader. This is what you will be learning as the flagship thing. And your highest expectation, unavoidable limitations, the trade-off compromises, what do you love in the job? This will be first thing that I'll be asking once you join my community. And in the day one, you will learn about, just a minute, just so why resourceful influencing is necessary for you, core values, and standing out in a crowd, creating vision and mission statement, goal setting, stories of resourceful influencing, unusual leadership type. So the first day will be crafting your own blueprint. This will be your own blueprint, and you will be helped with 5 other things. Uh, just make it a full screen so that you can see. So I call it as mirror muse so that you can be helped with other tablets, and it will be for a stronger self, that you will not be um, grappled with negativity. Many times negativity will come to you, whether you can do it or not, whether Sangeeta has done it, whether I can do it or not. Yes, Prince, you are saying
Is it?
something?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I had another session at 8 o'clock, so I want to request you. May I leave this session right now?
So that is what I told you, na, ki you, if you have something else, then you shouldn't join. How will you know about my course? Or if you, how can you take any decision if you don't?
1 minute.
Sorry?
हेलो.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
यस यस मैम, वो फोन आ गया था इसलिए मैं नहीं सुन पाया था आपकी बात. अभी कुछ बता रहे थे आप.
हाँ, मैं ये पूछ रही हूँ, आप अगर कोर्स के बारे में नहीं सुनोगे तो ज्वाइन करना होगा, तो कैसे ज्वाइन करोगे?
एक्चुअली मैम अभी मैसेज मिला मुझे कि एक सेशन अटेंड करना है कुछ ऑफिशियल का, तो मतलब
Anyways, you can go and you can join in another webinar, take a decision, right? Oh,
ओके ओके.
okay, done. So this will be the next session, next thing to help you out, make it happen. No procrastination, winning habit, because this will be about action over excuses. Many people will have these excuses, and I have created some plan also for you, some checklist wherein you can evaluate yourself, as the action over excuses is at 40%. Sacrifice leisure is at 5%. Um, then, of course, this will be reworked. I don't think this is 45, and this will be 10%. Then all the components will be like this. You can go through all this and upgrade yourself, ways to be self-sufficient, dependable. This is the part of the second day. Ways to be self-sufficient, dependency matrix, what solution you think are the best for your productivity, how to be independent, how best to do it, get prepared, set priority plan, and commit afterwards, clear the clutter. And the courses will be like 4 skills to be successful, recognizing belief and behavior patterns, core values for 90 days, base quality towards resourcefulness, trust building and team acceptance. Then this is the um, this is the tablets for bit-size change in temperamental traits. So this will be effervescent. This is again is a thing. So fast tablet is, this is about to be the best of yourself, and practice gratitude, effervescent, exuberant, light-mindedness. Visualize your success, achieve, believe, and imagine. Respect and value money. Utilize, underline, and understand. What is your story? Rewrite to inspire. Pronouns positivity is perception. Then belief, credence, faith, fortitude, gratitude, and certitude. That is 20%. Then be with the flow. Foster, formulate, forgive. These are the part of the second day schedule. Then the third is resilience. Um, so there are some credibility exercises as well. So the wisdom, to see the gift in pain, the sensibility required to handle adversity, the skill to respond to environments, the empathy to listen to understand and stakeholders, the courage to be a change maker. This is the part of the third day schedule, journey towards a desired goal, learning pattern and journaling, add value and solve problems, contribution as a team member, behavior versus growth, affirmations and new success. So this is again the third day to help you out with the tablets. It is about turning the tide. So let us start with the recognition. Bloom, become, believe is recognition. Then impact is influence, inspire, inspect. Earn is execute, exemplify, expand. Then enterprise is grow, guide, give. Institution is hustle, handhold, and honor. Right? Every day there will be and there will be a system to evaluate yourself. Then stories of change. This is the most important thing. Vision has been calibrated as like say vision, education, objectives, ethics, strategy, inspiration, and partnership. So each of this has been taken as the success, and success vision is seeing of what is invisible. That is what vision is. Education is upliftment of the soul. Objectives is conquering of the impediments. Ethics is culmination of one's values. Strategy is essential step to success. Inspiration is sustaining consistent endeavor. Synergy, partnership is synergy in achieving a common goal. Right? So these are the exercises you have to do, you will be doing, and this will be recorded videos which will be there. Then day 4 will be shifting paradigm, mindset for greener opportunities, find your vision and decide your version, taking action right away, money management talks, take a stand and stand by it, constructive exchange to improve adversity, small action step to the journey of 1,000 mile, trust in relationships, hands on before automation. And the tablets will be reinventing self. We'll start with up graph, which will be constituted of getting to an enterprising hub, creating a success blueprint, ultimate identity. The second is to about self, which is self acceptance, rewarding self, setting a positive intention. Sensibility is another tablet wherein you will be designing about decision making, like decision about what you want to do, what priority you will choose, setting a continuous practice, situational analysis. Then deep learning is about listening exercises, creating a mindset document, and mindset reset. And this is a dream tracker that you can make of. This is my dream tracker for 10 years, wherein impl- I have created a roadmap for myself, what I'll do in 10 years' time, every quarter. And you should know that everything will not be the way I have planned. It will be something different also. So, but you have to have your roadmap, right? So that you know how you are thinking. And the 5 bonuses are internal patterns, because we sabotage us ourselves. So that is why we'll think about the thoughts, the beliefs, the behaviors, mindset at workplace, change in the 90 days goal, and the tablets I have like say coined is it as urge. Urge means the unseen, rephrasing, grow, effort. And the tablets are from the effort side, it will be like say innovation is an all pervasive mindset which seeps into all thoughts and attitude. Grow digitally competent, appreciate the present circumstances. Then grow is go abstract, create a guardian angel mastermind, dancing of strategic and imaginative brains. observation and implementation. Rephrase is clarify your priorities, craft your commitments, rewriting the story every fortnight. Unseen is behavior patterns, belief systems, and the thought process. Right? From here, your vision actually gets impacted. Third blueprint is it is the second. Second bonus is mindfulness. We often get overworked, right? We we try to do this, we try to do that, and so many other things, and we forget about taking an off and allowing ourselves to recoup from whatever actions we have taken, and that helps us to regrow and put our 100% into ourselves, whatever we are doing. So pause as a reaction, silence as a reaction, being in gratitude, plan ABC, and ambiguity are the part of mindfulness. And the tablets are, I call it as soul, and it starts with luck. Seva, give when you want to receive, examine past conditioning blockage, victory over change. The other thing is ushering in, touch base with your strengths at the moment of despair, flat out fantastic. Next right step. Then Oasis, comfort zone syndrome, natural abilities, core competencies. Then soulmate is permit yourself to dream, higher self-esteem, loser to winner and achiever. Third bonus is about we forget to upgrade ourselves, right? So process versus result. We have to have the processes right, because many times the result may not be what we like. But if we have the right processes set, then the ultimate result doesn't count, because we will be known by our the processes, because that is how we can nurture the next generation. Whoever is following us, they will follow our process, not the result, right? So tracking along race system, inherent attitude, 11 standards, mindset reset, facing criticism, core intentions, and make it possible in time, maintain high standards, being interested. These are the exercise you will be doing. Manage time by delegating, which my colleagues volunteer to undertake. Mindful musings about life lessons without any differences. Milestones. Hey, just a minute. Milestones as a result of the process. Then the fourth bonus is delegate appropriate. We work in silo. Unless we empower the other person to work properly, take right action, we have to work all by ourselves, right? We will not have the resources to delegate our work to. So herein we'll be dealing with talent nurturing, mapping of HR, role assignment, progress tracking, acknowledge contribution. And these are the tablets wherein we'll be working. Then the next bonus is joypreneurship. We are afraid of being happy, right? Most of us, we are afraid of being happy. Creative diversion, investing in a new skill, monetizing the skill, social cause, inhabit the world. And these are the exercises you need to do. And the uh, thing that leadership growth blueprint bundle intends to create influence with resourcefulness, growing inner strength, building credibility, being resilient, implant influence, anticipating and preparing for change. And the entire bundle is about 59,994, and the result will be daily success stories, Every day you will have some success story, some worry-free existence, career victories, ever preparedness, and results every day will be like decide if you are doing what you like doing. Every week actually results every week will be these which we have identified. Finding your USP, decide if you are doing what you like doing. Week 2 will be making the mindset document, know the person you are at the moment. Week 3 will be winning trust of seniors, understand their vision. Winning 4 will be winning trust of peers, resolve the gap in perception. Week 5 will be goal setting, dream like a wild bird. Dream Week 6 will be dream tracker, put a time frame to your dream. Week 7 and 8, turning a negative story to a positive one instantly, changing your gear towards positivity. Week 9 will be reinforcement of positive thoughts, shifting paradigm, attitude, and perception. Week 10 will be reinforcement of positive thoughts, shifting paradigm, habit, and action, creating a success blueprint, clarity about current workplace issues, confidence installations, proactive, not reactive. Week 13 will be mindfulness about empathy. Week 14 will be transition map, integration of passion and emotion with work. These are the uh, major outline of the result, but there will be many more because there is so many aspects that I have outlined, which will of course mm, be the recording which you can hear, or if you want to have a roadmap, that also will be provided out here, right? So the entire bundle will be 59,994, but if you want to avail this right now, it is available at 5,999 only. That is the webinar price, a special price being given today, right? So if you have decided to come in to my community, then you can just take care and ask me, reach out to me at mail@leadingwithsangeeta.com so that I can send you the link for payment. And that is all about it. And thank you.